A TikTok trend right now is getting conservative bashing women in a whole lot of trouble, and they may not even know it yet. Take a look.
If I get bad press for saying don't put a homophobic racist in office, then I get bad press for that. I really don't care. If I get bad press for saying don't put a homophobic racist in office, then I get bad press for that. I really don't care.
Some of the things they said in those videos, I cannot even repeat myself. And this is the type of defamation and libel we're talking about today. And what they don't know is they might get sued, which is exactly why I blocked their faces and their identities, because I don't want no part of it. But you did get to hear what they're saying. And this is a bit of a trend going on in social media right now among liberal women who are attacking Pierre Poilievre falsely on all of these things, and it's getting a little scary. Let's go. Welcome back to Bakes on Things. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and commenting. It helps the channel grow. Today's topic is a little bit dicey and spicy because we are talking to liberal women, and not all liberal women, a certain sect of liberal women, to have a brutally honest conversation. You saw the two videos in the very beginning. I've got one for the end of this video that you are not going to want to miss, so stick around for that. It's right around the end. And it's scary because these people saying these things could open up lawsuits like they wouldn't believe. And their videos are directly aimed at Pierre Poilievre, but they are also directly aimed at conservatives in some cases. It's really unhinged. This message is for the unhinged liberal TikTok warriors, the unhinged women in particular in this trend, and there are other trends as well that include men, so I'm not picking on you ladies, but this particular trend could get you in a lot of trouble because they think it's righteous to go online and post videos falsely labeling conservative politicians as racist, as homophobic, as transphobic, or whatever buzzword of the day they've pulled from the liberal echo chamber today. And a couple of things are really dangerous. Not only is this disgusting and deplorable, and you are deplorable people for even posting these types of things, it is also something that could get you sued. And this is something that is being considered. I have heard that it is being considered among conservative groups, whether lawsuits should be started, and these videos are being screen recorded just like we did here, to potentially look into who these people are, because these are essentially defamation. So let me be crystal clear here. When you say these things, when you put yourself on video, you are not fighting for justice. I don't know why you think you're fighting for justice, because you're not. You're actually wrong. You haven't done any research whatsoever into the people you're talking about, and now you're going to be in a lot of trouble for it. Let me be straight with you. You are not activists. You are not brave truth tellers protecting the world and protecting others. You are defaming other people, and you're doing it on camera. You're putting your identity out there and saying these things. Okay, you could not only get fired from your job, there's all sorts of things that could go on outside of just legal action. But today we're focusing on legal action. And guess what? That video you proudly posted that is trying to be a trend right now, the one where you call Pierre Poilievre white supremacist or claim that he supports homophobic tendencies, or that he is some kind of fascist with fascist policies and with no basis whatsoever to claim any of this. What's interesting about these videos, and you saw it in the first two, is that they aren't saying anything with fact. There's no facts there. They're just telling you to not vote for them because this is how he is. We know it, and we don't have to tell you how we know it. We are just going to say it, and we are going to be absolutely ridiculous about it and angry about it, and we don't even know any or have any proof of it whatsoever. When you have no proof of it whatsoever, when you cannot share the proof of it whatsoever, and you go onto social media and you try to start a trend like this, that's not just political banter anymore. That's not protected opinion. You are not protected by this. It's not just your truth. It's libel. That's what it is. Legally, it's libel. Talk to any lawyer, and what you're saying and doing online, putting your face to it as well, and trying to create a trend out of it is libel, and it's illegal under Canadian law. Now, listen, I know that my podcast is a conservative podcast. I know that the first thing liberals are going to do is, well, now you're just trying to get liberals sued because you're angry that the conservatives are, so behind in the polls or something, whatever kind of excuse the liberals are going to make up. But not really. It's just gross. It's just gross. This behavior is terrible. So under Canadian law, I don't know if you knew this, but defamation is defined as any false statement, okay? Any false statement that harms a person's reputation and is communicated to a third party. In this case, we are talking about anyone who's watching your videos. That's the third party. This is a defamation case waiting to happen. And they can attack an entire group of people if they want to, especially if they figure out who you are and where you are, and they can serve you. The leading case in Canada for all of this is Grant v. Torstar Corp., and this comes from 2009, where the Supreme Court established a statement is defamatory if it tends to lower the plaintiff's reputation, hence calling Pierre whatever it is you're calling him, I'm not going to repeat it, in the eyes of a reasonable person. Calling someone a racist or a homophobe without evidence, especially in a public forum like TikTok, here on YouTube, or Instagram. It's exactly the kind of statement that this law is meant to address. So here we go. Here's the checklist of what courts look at when they try to decide if this is truly a defamatory case. Was the defamatory statement published? In this case, yes, it's on video, online. Was it seen by thousands? Yes. Was it about a specific person? Yes, you're naming Pierre Poilievre specifically in your posts. Or was it naming another political leader, perhaps? Was the statement false and harmful to their reputation? Yes. Unless you have verifiable proof or something you can argue, and I mean actual, factual evidence, then yes, it's false and it's harmful. That's defamation under Section 4 of Ontario's Libel and Slander Act. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. And in the person being defamed if the person being defamed is a political leader and a high profile, the damages could be absolutely massive. You don't get to hide behind, I'm just expressing my opinion. It's just political opinion. It's just political commentary. Not in this country, because even opinions can be defamatory when they imply false facts, especially false facts where you are claiming that this person is harming others. And don't think you're safe just because you deleted the video either. It's already been screen recorded. I have it here too. It's being archived elsewhere. And if a lawyer serves a Norwich order, your identity can be pulled from TikTok, YouTube, or Meta, whoever hosts your content. It doesn't matter if your username is Maple Moms for Carney. If you defame someone, you can be unmasked in some way. So you think you're being some kind of vigilante warrior when you post these videos, but you can be sued personally. You can be forced to issue a public apology. You can be ordered to pay monetary damages. And depending on the nature of the smear, those damages could be substantial. Just ask people who've lost court battles for saying far less than you're saying in these TikTok videos. And here is the kicker. Politicians actually can sue you, despite this being an election campaign. The law does not shield you just because you think someone is a public figure and therefore you can say these things. There's no automatic free speech pass if what you said was knowingly false or claimed that this person's hurting others or posted with reckless disregard for the actual truth. The court in WIC Radio Limited versus Simpson in 2008 clarified that political speech is protected only when it's fair comment and based on true facts. Once you start inventing things or editing clips out of context to make your slander stick, you lose that protection and you lose it instantly. So here's the real warning. Your cute little TikTok tirade that everybody's now doing on the liberal side could cost you thousands. It could ruin your online reputation. It could ruin your reputation overall. It could land you in front of a judge. And the worst part, you did it to yourself because you thought you were riding some vigilante wave by being lazy with the truth, not doing your research, being reckless with what you're saying, and of course, claiming that somebody's doing horrible things. Look, this isn't a joke anymore. This is an election. This is our democracy. And if your only contribution to it is screaming racist at the other side without evidence, maybe you should log off and sit this one out. Because trust me, if you think a conservative politician is scary, wait until you get hit with a statement of claim and have to explain your little rant in a courtroom. So, if you're one of these people who has posted a slanderous video without any proof, I would take it down now. It's not necessarily going to protect you to take it down now, but it's probably ideal. You should probably issue an apology while you still can. This trend needs to end because the legal consequences are real and people are watching, and you are not anonymous. Canada is better than this. Let's raise the level of debate and lower the legal risk for people who can't seem to keep their rage in check. And for some reason, among this liberal group, there's a lot of them. Take a look at this very last example. It's disgusting. I've masked the person for their protection, but I have not masked their voice, and we are going to watch it right now.
Do you know any women? Do you know any seniors? Do you know any people with skin a different color than you, or people who practice a different religion than you, or who speak a different language than you? People who are differently abled and can't get about as easily as you might, or can't hear the things that you can hear, or see the things that you can see? Do you know any of these people? Do you know Canadians? I'm mostly speaking to you right now because you still have a chance to make a change for the better in this country, or not make a change, as the case actually is. In this country, there is an election coming up, and a vote for the Conservative Party means that all of those people that I listed at the beginning, including queer individuals and children, people who've just given birth, even if they're cisgendered and heterosexual, all of them will have their rights stripped away systematically, just as are being done south of the border. If you vote Conservative, you vote against the people you know and that you care about. Remember, you have to look them in the eye after that and tell them why you voted against their basic human rights.
This is the type of video you could get in a lot of trouble for. We'll catch you next time.